Oh, wow. Mark Jackson going crazy. I missed this. Mark Jackson had an MVP vote this season. Here's how he voted. Embiid, the Nigerian freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jonathan Mitchell. No Jokic? Ooh, Mark. Oh, yo, Mark. Hey, man, if you blackballed to never coach again, why not get your shit off and just cause havoc in the MVP voting? Why not? If you are blackballed in the league, why not cause havoc by leaving off Nikola Jokic off your MVP ballot? Why not? Donovan Mitchell, bruh? Spider over the Joker? Yo, respectfully. Yo, Jokic is overrated. All right, come on, Boogie down. So you rolling with Mark Jackson? You rolling with Mark Jackson? Come on, bro. He's dropping 50 pieces in a playoff game. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, I understand if you're saying he's overrated, like he shouldn't be the MVP, fine. Yeah, like Embiid got the MVP and he deserved it, right? Hard stop. There's nothing else to go with that. But, like, you can't name another center that's better than Jokic. Like, who? If it's, I'll give you Embiid, even though that is subjective. I'll give you Embiid. Who else at that position is better than Nikola Jokic? Like, come on, man. Jokic ain't all that. No defense and soft. The defense has low-key gotten better. Still not good. Let me come off the screen. Let's go ahead and check the facts. Yeah. All right, so his defensive rating was a 110 this year. That's not great. But if you look at the years prior, 105. That's top tier. 105 defensive rating, like that's elite. 109, 108, 105. 105, like again, if you don't know defensive rating goes by your score, advanced metrics per 100 possessions. So the lower your number is, closer to 100, the better you are at that. In regards to defense, the better you are away from 100 in regards to offense is the better you are, right? So you see offense, he's ridiculous. 134 offensive rating, 126, 130, 119. These are ridiculous offensive metrics, right? But then the defense, 126 offensive rating, 105 defensive rating, that's top tier. Now again, is he locking dudes up? No. However, I think he's one of those team defender guys. He's not going to be a guy that's going to, take your guy and block all of his shots and do all the dynamic stuff that Giannis can do, that Anthony Davis can do, and so on and so forth. Like, he's not your traditional big in regards to defense. He's not a Mutombo that just blocks shots, but then Shaq would wipe the floor with him because he was so anemic physically that he could just bully ball him out the way. This isn't, Rudy Gobert, who is again like Mutombo, where he can block a lot of shots, but once you put that, put your shoulder into his chest, he falls down to the ground, or you put him in pick and rolls and he Swiss cheese. Nikola Jokic is a different type of defender. He's a team defender. And I know how we could just say, he's just not that good on defense because he's European, he's pale, he lacks muscle definition, so on and so forth. But there are numbers that say otherwise. Because if we look at this 105, 109, let's look up Giannis. Let's look up Giannis where he got his MVPs. Let's see what his defensive rating was. So that was what? That's now 4 years ago for Giannis. Let's see, 4 years ago, where was his offensive rating? Defensive rating, excuse me. Okay, so Giannis, still a great defender, right? 108. 106, 107, 97, 99. This is why he got those MVPs. But this split is not that different than what Jokic put up in the MVP years. So when you're looking at 121 to 99, that 99 defensive rating, this is per 100. He broke the metric system in the 2 years he got MVP. And then you see the years after that, the numbers were different, but these numbers were very similar to Jokic. So it doesn't look like the math is mathing, because the defensive rating numbers is one of the better metrics in terms of, does someone play complete defense, not just shot blocking, not just stopping someone in the post, overall defense. This is one of the better metrics, because if you look at someone like Luka, if we're going to talk about someone who does not play defense and see what their numbers are, then we can understand, or begin to understand, why the numbers are so vastly skewed, right? Per 100 possessions. All right, look at his defensive rating. 113. Okay, 113. 111. 107 here, so he played okay 1 year. Or at least good for him. This for 107 for him is like that 99 for Giannis, okay? But you can see how that was an admiration, because literally everything else is 110 and above. 109 as a rook, and then 110, 111, 107, and then back to 113. So there's a lot to make up there, but that just goes to show. And even the offensive rating isn't as great as you would think for someone who has been thrown into MVP conversations every year by the Blue Check Boys. But there's the difference. So I'm not here to say Jokic should have won the MVP, but I think not having him in top 5 is kind of silly by Mark Jackson. Because if we take Donovan Mitchell, I would love to see Donovan Mitchell's defensive rating, because Donovan sometimes does not like playing defense. Per 100 possessions. I mean, Jokic has a better defensive rating than Spider Mitchell. So, yeah. And offensive rating as well, by the way. And so do we want to go Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Do we want to go Shai? And I rocks with Shai. I love Shai. Love his game. But defense and Shai? Okay, there it is. 113 defensive rating. Now 125 offensive rating, so elite. He's an elite offensive player, but 113 defensive rating. So Jokic beats defensive metrics for players like Spider Mitchell and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So to me, that one's a little rough.